Okay, so I believe this is probably day 7, but I missed day 6. I meant to get up and do a video yesterday, but I had a bit of a poorly day yesterday, so I ended up staying home and actually just chilling out. I needed to. And today I am at home still. I've had 2 days off. Just a mixture really, I think, of tiredness and also just I hadn't been feeling 100%, just a little bit kind of offish. And I didn't really fancy the travelling, just for safety reasons really. But also I think my body was telling me, because I love everything I do. I love coming up to Brighton, I love teaching. But when my body was resisting and I was actually starting to dread it a little bit, I knew that I was probably heading for a bit of burnout. So instead of doing the 2 really early starts and going up and travelling when I was feeling a little bit under the weather, I decided to not do it, which was a kind of conscientious decision, one that I'm rubbish at doing normally. Well, previously, let's say, at least in the last 10 years, I've been very, very rubbish at putting myself first. So now, if I'm not 100% feeling it, or if I'm just feeling something, or I'm extremely tired and my body is actually resisting the things that I really love doing, then I kind of listen to it now. So I took 2 days off and I'm still at home. It's what's the time now? So it's just gone 1 on Wednesday. I should have been teaching today. I should have been in Brighton, although the students it's their last week, so they're just literally tying up loose ends. So it wasn't too hard to get myself covered. And at home, you know, my house is kind of tidy-ish, and you know, everyone's really chilled, and my son's upstairs busy and my husband's at work. So really I should have been just kind of putting my feet up on the sofa and chilling out, but I just have this, excuse me, need to finish off stuff and do things. But the one thing that I think is panicking me and is filling me with dread is my masters. Not in a way that I can't do it, but I feel like time is escaping me, and quite frankly I could have used yesterday and today, and I think I have been to a degree. I've been doing a bit of research and, you know, kind of plotting things together and making some notes and bits and pieces, but I just feel like it is disappearing from my reach in some way. Like, it's hard to describe it. Yeah, just like, I know I've got so much work to do, and on the surface of things it's just getting it done, but I feel like I've lost my confidence in it. I feel like I've lost my understanding for it. I've got still an outstanding essay to catch up on, and I'm already thinking of the dissertation and the final project now, and my understanding and my confidence in my final essay has drifted away from me. So now I'm feeling like I don't think I can do it. Not that I couldn't do it with a good amount of time, but I feel like there's just so much going on in my life that my brain is hurting, everything is suffering. But I still really love everything I'm doing. But what's happened actually is my love for performing and my love for my music, and I'm so tired, sorry, and my desire to be the artist and to be the performer has actually come out much stronger throughout this process. And before, I didn't actually think I was worried about any of that in my life. I was really, really content with being the teacher and being the educator and running the groups and being a people pleaser and at the front, and I didn't think I had any desire to be an artist. In fact, I still think I'm too old, and I don't really possess what is required. I don't know what is required of an artist these days, actually, because to be fair, things have changed massively in music. But I've had some great feedback from people recently. Just, I'm not saying that they were, you know, trying to make me feel great and kind of, you know, I don't know, stroke my ego or anything. They, you know, it's nice to hear compliments. It's nice to feel wanted and needed. But no, these couple of people that have been talking to me about me and my life and how they see it from their angle, they weren't prompted. They didn't need to. And so I've taken on board some of the things they've said, and it's been really, really great to hear, and a real confidence boost to me as an artist and to me as a performer and a singer and a musician. And it's made me feel like I'm having some sort of priority shift again. And I guess that is something that comes with not necessarily the portfolio career, because I think a portfolio career can actually be very, very dedicated to different areas, but maybe to me as a creative, maybe to me as a creative being, hearing some things has made me feel like I can do it, and that I am worthy of pushing myself in that area. And up until this point, I didn't think I was. I thought I was too old and I was past it. And actually, me being behind everybody else was what my calling was. So with these 2 days off, it's given me time to reflect and ask myself what it is I want. I don't have the answers. There's something that I'm going to need to look a bit further into. But maybe, you know, my desire to be the creative person hasn't gone yet. Maybe that's still in me, as is my desire to teach and work with people, and, you know, and make sure that as an educator I can be the best that I possibly can be. But my passion for my performing has really, really crept up on me, and I'm starting to feel like that's all I'm thinking about now. That's all I'm thinking about. Like, just, I want to go upstairs and write a song, and you know, I've had people messaging me from So Far Sounds, who I did the thing for a few weeks ago, saying, do you want to play abroad? You know, do you want to look further afield, because there's lots of slots, and we'd like to recommend you. And things like that. It just really, really opened my eyes to other possibilities as an artist, and looking at my restrictions, and there are none. There are no restrictions anymore. That's the beauty of the music industry now, is that everything has a place. Whereas before you were fighting for places. Whereas now there's nothing stopping you. There's nothing stopping you from doing what you want to do. But you need time. You need time and dedication, and you need a good team of people behind you. I feel I've got a good team. I don't have any time. So what might take the average keen musician and artist and singer just a few months to achieve with passion and dedication, is going to take me about a year or so to achieve, because I have to plot it in around everything else. So I guess part of being a portfolio careerist, somebody who has several different roles within their job, it's about sharing yourself between those roles and taking your time with things and seeing, you know, kind of what picks up and what takes you somewhere. I feel like my confidence in the Masters has all but gone, and I don't really know what to do next. But I know that I really, really want to have it, and I want to say I've done it. But my love for performing and all of the gigs that I've got coming up, and the places that I could allow myself to go with dedication, is where my heart is. So I don't really know what to do with this information. I don't really know what this particular video is about. Again, I do these videos so that I can look back on them and take something from it and write about it. But yeah, this one is about, I guess, listening to your body, listening to you, and what your kind of heart tells you to do, and what you need to do for yourself. And also that there's only so much you can give something. You should never be afraid to say that's not working. And I don't think I'm afraid of saying that's not working. I think I don't want to hear myself say that. I think other people would be fine to hear me say that, and that's something that I'm okay with. But when things get too much, what can you let go of? And at the moment, it's a really, really tricky time. You know, trying to be supportive for my family, my son, and also listen to my heart and do what I want to do. So it's a little bit tricky, but yeah. Today, anyway, I am having one more day of rest because I was a bit under the weather. And tonight, at about 7 o'clock, I have to drop off some equipment to one of our groups for my sister to lead a session. I'm going to set it up for her because I think she's helping myself and my other sister out who's a tutor. She's had a baby. So when I've done that, then I have a band practice for a gig that I have on Saturday. I'm really excited about this project because it's all the stuff that I love to sing when I go out as a soloist. And it's putting it to a band. And it's all blues and soul and just really, really great songs. But I put up a little clip on YouTube, Facebook, and somebody came straight back and said to me, do you travel to Europe? Do you want a season? Do you want this? Do you want that? You know, do you guys want to come out and do a few international gigs? And I was like, it actually can be that easy. It can be broken down to something so easy. Putting yourself out there, letting the world see you, and then following up on opportunities. Obviously, it's not something that I can say yes to because I have other commitments, and also the band members have other commitments. It's not something that I could ever assume that everybody would be up for. But, you know, a week away doing something could be good and not impossible in the slightest. So maybe I'll look at that too. I don't know, but it's nice. It's nice to have received a positive response instantly. You know, just people messaging you saying, we love this, we want to be a part of this, come and play out here. You know, it blows my mind really how much we have at our fingertips now in comparison to a few years ago, where you would probably have to look for a booking agent or get signed to a manager or, I don't know, be famous, you know, to be flown out to another country to play. Now, it's just about letting yourself be seen and letting the good stuff be seen. No one sees this. No one sees the tiredness, the stress, the juggling act. But I'm also aware that this isn't just a self-employed thing. This isn't just a portfolio careerist who juggles lots of different things. This is everybody's life. You know, you could be a nurse and save lives or treat children and have a whole uniform full of thank you badges and stuff, and people think you're amazing, but you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You know, you don't know if someone's struggling or if they're having a tough time. So again, another message to take away from this video is you put on this front, you play the role of entertainer, and you know exactly, and I've learnt to show exactly what I want people to see. And I know that people have a very preconceived idea of me and other entertainers and other performers and other creatives. It can seem so wonderful, but no one really knows what's going on unless they're your true friend, obviously your family, and how difficult it can be sometimes. That's the same for anybody's job, that's not just my job. But I am exhausted and I am tired and I am extremely worried about my master's degree and my son. And those are two things that occupy my brain. Everything else is shelved until I can manage those two things. I think with my son, I think I'm managing it. I think we're managing it. I think we have got over the worst, I think. But I can't be sure because we have good days and we have bad days. And on his bad days, he is very angry and can be very mean. but also that's because he's hurting and stressed and anxious. So bit by bit we're breaking that down, but that plays a huge role on me and the impact of my health. And it does mean that a week might go by and I've forgotten that I'm a creative person, that I really, really wanted to do something. Or, you know, I have to say no to something because at the moment I'm just too busy doing other things. So, you know, swings and roundabouts really, I think. But I do know that I love doing what I do in all aspects of it, and that I would be lost without it. I think it's about finding balance for you personally, and learning to take a few days off to yourself and just to process things really. But yeah, today's a chill day, and then tonight is a great rehearsal. I'll come home buzzing from my rehearsal. I'm going to do a video afterwards because it'll be good to see the comparison from now, when I'm feeling quite low, to how I feel when I'm doing something I love, if that makes sense. Tomorrow is a very busy day. I'm in the studio from 9 o'clock. Can't wait. It's going to be good. It's been about a month since we were in the studio because, like I said, my sister, who's the lead singer of my other band, she's just had a baby, so the baby will be with us, and I'll get to hold her while she's doing some recording and vice versa. And then I will be teaching in the evening, my vocal group. It's going to be good. Good fun. But right now, I look and feel like this. I feel very drained, very worried, very anxious, and not entirely sure that I'm going to make it through my masters. But that's the reality. That's how it is. Later on today, I will have a shower, I'll put some makeup on, I will do my hair, and I will go and sing my ass off. And nobody will ever know that I feel like this during the day. It's something to take away.